of the elect, which is this knowledge, is also going to be the fuel, the fire that these people is going to die with. You know, So this knowledge, all right, these parables, these sayings, these prophecies that people can't interpret. All right, everybody's going to hear it, and they're going to be judged by it. You got it.
Verse 4, I will incline mine ears to a parable. I will open my dark saying upon the harp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Lord said He's gonna open His dark saying upon the harp. All right, and of course we know David was a man, a musician, if you will. All right, he played the harp. So this message is going to be likened unto a song being sung. All right, and when you make a message, especially of parables and of dark sayings and of you know something that's deep. When you make a song like that, it's in a way that you're able to recall. When you hear a song, it's like if you were learning something in school and they make it a song, right? It's in a way so that you can be able to remember and recall it, right? Call upon when you need it. You see, it's a song like of remembrance.
If I may, I can speak from experience, bro, in fifth grade, because a lot of the quote unquote educators in today's school system, I know y'all brothers know, they're in it for a paycheck.
Yeah.
It's just a job. They're not really trying to feed, which granted the curriculum that they're given from Esau Edom's system, I wish the brother Rock was here because I know he could speak on that very well, is tainted, to say the least, you know what I'm saying? But for example, my own personal testimony, in fifth grade, I had a teacher, I still remember to this day, Missy Hara. She was like, some sort of Asian, I can't remember exactly when, but I was in fifth grade. But that year, because in Texas, we had the tax test. I forgot, I think it's the STAR now.
Oh, yeah, the STAR, yeah.
Yep, but before that, it was the tax test, the Texas Assessment of Knowledge and Skill. And that year, I was one of I want to say 3 or 4 students that was math. I was one of 3 or 4 students that got 100 on the tax test. I got every answer correct, but part of the way she taught was songs. I could probably still recite a lot of those songs that she taught us today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to add to your point.
Yeah. Like if you want to, remember something really complex, the way you can do it is through a song, and that's how the Lord is teaching and making the earth hear, and that's through the song that's being sung by the elect. Okay.
And that's how Jake usually learns. All right, through rhythm.
Yeah.
That's it.
And like because E likes to teach in a curriculum status, where he just spouts out information and wants you to grasp at the things that is going to be on the test.
There's no salt to it.
Yeah, there's no salt, so it was harder for us to come up. But you got it.
Yep. No, that's right. So that's why this message is being used as a song. You got it though.
I just wanted to add to what you're saying, because again, you said going to this new song, it's going to be likened to a celebratory event. This is Exodus chapter 15 verse 1, and this is when of course the Hebrews that came out of being chased from Pharaoh, Egypt. So it says, then Moses and the Israelites sang this song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. With horse and driver, he is hurled into the sea. So just adding to your point, this new song that we're preaching is a song of victory.
Yeah.
So
Yep. And we'll get into that more too. But yeah, you can keep going.
And this is Psalm chapter 49 verse 5. It says, wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about.
Keep going.
Verse 6, they that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him.
Right. So, these people money, these people fame, their 15 minutes of fame, their 5 minutes, their TikTok subscriber count, all of that is gonna be worthless. All right, we've seen it drop by the day. All right, as gas is going up, the price of goods is going up. All right, the society is collapsing before our eyes, and we have nothing to be worried about. We have this comfort that being this song, these reminders for this test, as the brother just brought up, so that when we are tested upon these things, we can recall, these wise sayings, these dark parables. All right, so we know, right, this hearing for us, as we know, is judgment for the nations. All right, this is for us to remember and to recite when we are tested. So that's the duality of this, of these scriptures. We go back to Isaiah 34.
Can I get a quick precept, please?
Got you good.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:12. It says, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so your money's going to be cankered. It's not going to be worth anything in that day of doom. Your money ain't going to save you. We know these, the elites are building these underground, caverns that they're going to run to, but at the end of the day, it's the Most High that's doing all these things. And, they don't want to acknowledge that, the Most High, is pulling both strings on the left hand and right hand side. So at the end of the day, their kingdom, like every other kingdom, is going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, this song is a taunt of destruction, but it's also, one that's, of salvation, of course, for the nation of Israel. Mm-hmm. So that's why, even though they hate it, they don't like this song, they're going to be forced to listen to it, and they see it playing out.
Mm-hmm.
They see things happening in the world. You got something?
Yeah, kind of. To back you up, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding be the stability of that time. Going into Isaiah 19, how you was talking about how this economy is breaking down and people starting to make haste. Mm-hmm. And a good example, that is my old lady. I was, because, we both got sons at the age of 19. And I was showing her the video I think Rock put in the chat about the draft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw that, and it's funny because, she's from Chicago, but up north they had a yacht camps,
Mm-hmm.
and she started making haste.
Yeah.
She's sending me stuff from the U.S. Department, talking about, well, if you fill this form out, you won't have to do this and that. I started laughing because it's like they're showing you that if you knew what the scripture said, it wouldn't bother you like that.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her, I say, hey, what are you making haste for? Because you might sign that shit and they look at you and say, well, we're going to deport you then, since you're not a citizen. You might put yourself in the worst case. But it goes to show you how these, and she's Israelite, but to let you know that these people, they're unequipped. Their teachers aren't teaching them, and they don't have a new song.
Yep.
Because she wouldn't have, acted like that immediately once she saw it, and then she just went nuts.
Yeah.
And she was in fear of her son.
Mm-hmm. These plays gonna start to have people, act.
Right.
They're gonna act out of what they want to desire, man.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, we know the words of this song. Hey, everybody not gonna be able to make it. Whether it be your son, your daughter, okay, your wife.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to see the world change drastically. All right, but let's get back to that. Hence being the indignation of the Lord. All right, the righteous anger of the Lord.
So from the top, this is Isaiah 34:1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. It said, let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter."
Right. So back to that here, that's emphasized. Okay, let's go to that Deuteronomy 32.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 1. It says, "Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew. as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass.
Yep.
Because I will publish the name of the Lord Yahweh. Ascribe ye greatness unto the Lord our power.
Yeah, the Lord is publishing His word, man. All right, and that's through these videos. All right, that's through the men of the Lord preaching on the street corners. All right, and this word has been going out and going forth, man, all over the world. You keep going, man.
Can I grab a quick one real quick?
Yeah, you good.
Psalm 68 and 11 in the NLT. It says, the Lord gives the word, and a great army brings the good news.
You got it. Yep. So, the Lord has given us this unction and told us to go preach. And, we've given good news, good tidings to the nation of Israel. All right, which is bad news for anybody that wants to come up against the nation of Israel. All right, you got it, bro.
Deuteronomy 32 and 4, He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all His ways are judgment. A power of truth and without iniquity, just and right is He.
Yep. Now, can you jump to verse 26?
Come. Jumping down to verse 26 in Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, and it reads, I said, I would scatter them into corners. I'll read it again. Deuteronomy 32 and 26. I said, I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
Yeah, and this is speaking of the nation of Israel, okay? Israel was scattered into the corners of the world, all right? And of course, just for context, this song is a song of Moses, all right? And as we was talking about that song and how it's going forth, all right, this is a part of that song, all right? You got it.
Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and the Lord Yahweh hath not done all this.
Yeah, that's what the nations is saying right now. The Lord ain't did this. We overcome the nation of Israel through our technology. We've destroyed them, just through our wit, because our IQ is just so high. That's how we've destroyed the nations, or the nation of Israel. You got it.
Yep. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end.
Yeah, so they would consider the latter end. They did not consider their latter end. All right, and this is, of course, like the Song of Moses being after the nation of Israel was redeemed from the land of Egypt. Okay, as the second Exodus takes place, all right, they won't remember their latter end, as this talks about, and this, of course, you can liken this unto, the Isaiah, the 47th chapter, when, the nation does not remember their latter end as well, this other Egypt, okay, the Chaldeans, all right. So, can you jump to verse 35 in that?
Deuteronomy 32 and 35, it says, to me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. For the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste.
Yep. So these things that are coming upon, or Bob, shall I read that again?
Deuteronomy 32 and 35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time.
Yeah, their foot shall slide in due time. And how is their foot sliding? All right, well, that's through the pulling down of the strongholds by the house of Israel. All right?
Yeah,
Us grabbing that heel.
Yep, I was just going to make a point of that.
Us grabbing that heel, okay? And that's through the hand of the strength that we've been given. The cards we've been dealt, if you will. And it's through Yahweh shall overcoming. You see? That time of vengeance, all right? The time of indignation. The time of the fall of our enemies, you see? You got to keep going on that?
Yep. For the middle of verse 35 in Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, it says, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste.
Yeah, these things make haste. We see it. We see these things taking haste, making haste. These and those things are those prophecies, all right, that's devouring this place. Hence the indignation, man. Hence the righteous anger. We see how things are moving in the news, man. This place is going down and there ain't no coming back. All right, these people you drive by, every gas station, it's packed. The price is high. All right, people buying a whole bunch of water at the grocery stores. They're starting to feel the panic. You know, they're starting to not care about all the folly no more. Everybody's watching the world news.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Everybody's tapped in, seeing what's gonna happen. Like you just spoke about the draft. Now it's a major concern. You know, Trump is kind of just being vague with it. You know, people are actually worried. You know, so you know, hence they feeling the plague starting to touch them. You know,
It's tightening up around them.
yeah,
You know, it's that cattle squeeze.
That's
yeah,
it.
You know,
That's it.
perplexity.
yeah,
They're going through that oh shit moment.
yeah.
You know,
Just like when you wrapped up in the anacondas wrap you up.
yeah,
All right, you know,
squeeze.
and it's able to what it does when it wraps your body, it's able to feel you starting to breathe in your patterns, right? You panic, so you breathe in, and it's starting to get a little tighter, and then it's like fuck you. Then you breathe out, and then you breathe in, and it's starting to contract a little harder. You know, it's just tracking you. It's just waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? They got time.
Yeah.
All right, but that's how these plagues are. As soon as these people starting to take some relief, man, hey, something else, boom. All right.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
It started with 2020.
Yep.
Because you know everybody when they told everybody they had to come in in their house, like you say, it was still folly. They on social media acting stupid, you know, throwing water balloons and shit on at they because there ain't nothing to do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, it was still folly.
Yeah.
You know, the government sending out checks to the kids and the wives, so everybody having a good old time.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's like you say, as the gas prices going up, food going up, like you know, these shootings and all of the, you know, like you say, people locked in watching the news, trying to figure out what's happening, see what Trump's gonna do now. Next, you don't have people throwing parties and barbecuing and all of that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, people kind of tight with the trains now, and you know, it's fun. I mean, it's not funny, but it is funny because you know it's like okay, you know, playtime is over with.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's a good thing to see, like you're saying, because these are the prophecies that we've been speaking about. You know, since the prophets, you know, apostles, bishops, and elders on down, you know, been speaking about these things headed toward the digital ID, the NWO, you know, bringing on his enterprise.
Yeah.
So we're seeing it though.
Oh yeah.
Because it's gonna happen through this little war or whatever. That going back, handing out checks to Jake, that's over with.
Yeah.
And that's what the women thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. That I told you so moment is coming. You know,
Mhm.
and we told these people, hey, though it tarry, just wait.
Mm-hmm.
Because scripture say
It's how
it will surely come to pass.
Sure.
You know.
Yep.
Not everybody trying to get into their scriptures, man.
Yeah,
You know?
though it tarry, wait for it, it will surely come to pass. It will not tarry.
Mhm.
Habakkuk the 2nd chapter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's prominent. That's really like a heavy verse because there was what you had the Cold War, Vietnam. You know, you had the Afghanistan starting in what was it 2001?
Yeah,
The 9/11. You know, they was over there for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so, but it's all a building block because you know, even going like look at just World War II. Like, okay, we know the dates was what 1939 to 1945 or something like that, 46. So the span of that is, you know, 5-6 years, you know, which can feel like a long time, but there was a building up
Yeah.
before it got to that point.
Yeah.
Years and years and years of building up before it actually got to that point of having that official date set where this is World War II. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I just wanted to read that in the NLT.
Kind
for
of.
me.
Yeah. You good.
Deuteronomy 32 and 35, it says, I will take revenge, I will pay them back. In due time their feet will slip.
Mm.
Their day of disaster will arrive, and their destiny will overtake them.
Yeah, destiny. The destiny of America, man. The manifest destiny. You know? Well, because their manifest destiny was, okay, well, this land pretty much was made for us to take.
Yeah.
You know, it's so precious. We found it. We came upon it. Of course, God wants us to have it. That's His way of telling us that everything here is ours. You know, that was their Abraham moment.
Yeah.
You know, all the land you can see is yours. You know, so but now their destiny is, hey, though you've gotten it by bloodshed, though you've taken it by robbery, that thief and the vagabond that you was called, All right, well, now that curse is about to come upon you, where when everyone that sees you, everybody that you took from, when they meet you, man, they gonna destroy you sevenfold, man. All right, so, but yeah, we can hop back to that Isaiah 34.
This is Isaiah 34 and 3. And it says, well, I'll start from 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter.
Yeah, he has utterly destroyed them, past tense. He has utterly destroyed them. All right? The Lord has already declared these things. Can we get 1 Samuel 17 and 46? And we'll read through verse 47 too. Whoever's there first, just start reading.
You said 1 Samuel?
Yeah, 1 Samuel 17 and 46.
You got it?
You got it.
This is 1 Samuel 17 and 46. It says, This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand. I will smite thee and take thine head from thee.
Yeah, this is of course what David, our beloved David, is saying to Goliath. Okay, which the house of David is saying this to the modern day Goliath, right? Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom. Okay, he's prophesying what's going to happen. You see? Go ahead.
It said, And I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel.
Yep, and we're going to see this happen again with the modern day Goliath. Okay, go ahead.
And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands.
Yeah. So we're gonna have Esau within our hands, okay? And the Lord is the author of the winner and loser of this battle. All right. Can you read that Isaiah 34 again? And then can somebody get that word slaughtered?
When we read verse 34 and 2.
Yep, 34 and 2.
It says, For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Somebody got that?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh,
Go ahead, son. This Isaiah 34, verse 2, this is slaughter. In a word, it says tabak. All right, tabak. And then you go into the outline biblical usage. It goes to slaughtering animal. Slaughter of animals, slaughter figuratively. You go into the Strongs, it says properly something slaughtered. Abstractly, butchery. Concretely, a place of slaughter, beast, slaughter, slay, or sword.
Can you go to the root word too?
Got you.
Because that it pretty much said that word slaughter means slaughter. Which I hate when the dictionary do that. But we're gonna go to the root word, to really understand what it means, But it goes into a few other things: to butcher, to kill. Of course, it can be used figuratively, but this is literal. Go ahead.
Yep, this is the root word. It says the same thing, tabak. It says to slaughter, slay, butcher, kill ruthlessly.
To kill ruthlessly, to kill ruthlessly. The Lord has destroyed, and He's gonna kill ruthlessly these powers of Esau, Edom. If you go to the Briggs lexicon, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If I may, just real quick, ruthlessly, it means without pity or compassion.
Mm-hmm.
So just to add.
Yeah.
Just like they've been doing all the animals on this side, because you are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
But Esau, Edom is going to be killed brutally and aggressively by Yahweh shot.
Yep. And the Lord said too, hear all ye nations, right? And we know that the nations are likened unto beasts as well. So like the brother was going into how, Esau, Edom ruthlessly kills animals. All right, well that same way that he kills the animals is going to be how these nations are killed, because this man has destroyed the earth, and the earth is going to get some sort of payback on his ass too.
Ooh, that's that whisper sauce.
You got it, bro.
Yep, I found it for you. This is and what you asked for, the Hebrew lexicon. It says definition 2. It says in poetry and figurative, slay, kill ruthlessly, with accusative of a person, it says absolute, and when you jump down, it says of a sword sharpened for the slaughter of Israel in judgment.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, the sword is going to be sharpened, for this man. Of course, he's come down on the nation of Israel. And, this judgment is going to take a lot of the nation of Israel out too. But, of course, Esau, Edom is going to be the focus of the destruction. Okay?
I also looked that up if I can. I looked it up on DuckDuckGo. It says the killing of a large number of people, a massacre,
Slaughter?
slaughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slaughter.
That was different.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be a massacre, man. A massacre. But we can get Psalms 37 and 15 and 13, and we'll read through 15 and jump around a little bit.
If I may just read a little more on that Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, that the bottom part of the first definition, it says to kill, to cut the throat, to cook, to roast.
That's what I wanted.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the water.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna cut the throat, because when you cut the throat, that's pretty much like there's no chance of a nigga. There's no
Right.
chance of a nigga living.
Maybe not.
Yeah, you bleed out,
Right.
and you can't breathe. And it's just like it is what it is. But the Lord is, the this is written in language where he's figuratively or foreshadowing what he's going to go into in the latter verses, because that killing or that slaughtering is like unto a beast.
Yep.
It's like unto like a butcher. The butcher nigga.
Right. The butcher coming, nigga.
But and just to add on to your point, whenever you're hunting, and you bag you a deer, what do? You have to slit the neck.
Mm-hmm.
You cut the throat. If you're gonna set up and deal with them right there, you're gonna put them up in the tree, let the blood drain out.
Oh yeah.
Because he's gone,
Yeah.
right? And all that to say, yeah, how about Shimon Shah is gonna treat this man like a beast
Oh yeah.
that he's putting down,
Mm-hmm.
all right, for the benefit for the rest of the world.
Yeah. And we also know too, was that Numbers, the 35th chapter, how his blood is gonna have to be
Yeah.
the
Shit.
cleansing agent of the land.
Mhm.
So the Lord is gonna squeeze every bit of blood that's out of this beast, to cleanse the land. It's gonna be the cleaning agent.
That's that Numbers chapter 35 verse 33.
Yeah. We don't have to get it, we know it, but because it's a few more precepts that I want to, get before we.
You got it.
Yeah, you got that Psalms 37? Yeah, start at 13.
This is Psalms chapter 37, verse 13. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Continue on.
Keep going.
Verse 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy,
Mm-hmm.
and to slay such as be upright conversation.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart.
Yeah, the sword shall enter into their own heart. All right, and of course, this man, he's the wielder of the sword. His blessing was the sword and is the sword. All right, and how is it going to be wielded into his own heart? It's going to be those ICBM nuclear missiles that he's created to shake the earth up, to scare these nations into being in line. All right, that same device is going to be used to destroy his own kingdom. As Yahweh Shah said himself, those that live by the sword will also die by the sword. All right, so it's going to be used to kill this man off. All right, you can jump to 17 and go through 20. 20 is the point, but it's a build up of what the Lord is going into.
This is Psalm chapter 37, starting at 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken.
Yeah, the arms of the wicked shall be broken. All right, and that's a torture mechanism. When this is a dude that I know, he broke both of his arms. At one time he fell and tried to catch himself.
Damn.
And broke both his arms.
Damn.
And he was, he had 2 slings on. It functioned with 2 fucking slings on.
Can't do shit.
It's a humiliation ritual.
You can't defend yourself.
Nah.
You can't.
You're worthless as a man with no arms. What can you fix? What can you? A man's strength is in their hands. You know,
Can't fight.
you can't fight. You can't
You can
defend
try to
yourself.
kick, but
Yeah,
you gotta have to be on one leg. Do go.
yeah. Kick
Round
your back,
out
you
your
finish. Yeah,
You can't even wipe your own ass.
yeah.
Think about how hard it would be to get up,
You might have to wipe
especially.
your ass.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's like you got it.
Well, I was gonna say, think about how hard it would be. You get knocked on your ass with no arms. How hard would it be to get back
That's
up? from
right.
that?
That's
You got
right.
Body ride.
It's just intentional of where like if somebody has broken both of your arms, they like you're completely defenseless. You know.
Oh, you worm.
Yeah, but you got it, bro.
Continuing on, it says, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18, the Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever.
Yeah, and this is what's coming. This is what's coming for us. All right, the contrary, you know, of what's going to happen to Esau versus what's going to happen to the righteous. You know, Lord willing, we be able to take part in that. You know, and endure. You got it, bro.
Verse 19, Psalms 37:19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time,
Mm-hmm.
and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied.
Was that verse 20?
No, that's 19.
Okay, keep going.
Verse 20, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, and to smoke shall they consume away.
All right, and that right there is you know, a metaphor of a sacrifice. Okay, the Lord is preparing a sacrifice. All right, more language of, you know, the lambs and the, you know, the smoke of them is going to consume away. All right, well, the Lord is going to, you know, we're going to read into this chapter, and it's going to show you how the Lord is preparing a sacrifice. Okay, can we go back to that Isaiah 34?
This is Isaiah 34:4.
Somebody can hold Isaiah 65:14. You got it, bro.
Isaiah 34:4 says, and all the hosts of heaven.
Slot. We didn't read. Did we read verse 3?
I can read it.
Got it.
I probably didn't. It said, the slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Let's read verse 2 again.
For context.
Yeah.
It says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Yep. Somebody can get that Isaiah 65.
I got you. This is Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 14, and it reads, behold, my servant shall sing for the joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for a vexation of spirit.
Back to that song, that singing, you know, that melody. Okay, go ahead.
Continuing on, verse 15, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord thy power shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 16, that he who blessed himself in the earth shall bless himself in the power of truth, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes.
Yep, keep going.
For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind.
Mm-hmm. Yep, go ahead.
Verse 18, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying.
Yeah, and that's what's coming too. Okay, the duality of that song. Victory for the elect. All right, and you know, tribulation and destruction, and the perishing of this current world, this current power that's at hand. All right, we can go back to that Isaiah 34.
This is Isaiah 34:4. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
And we can get Isaiah 13 and 9. You know, because the Lord's saying, he's using you know, this vivid imagery. Okay, this very what do they say? What's the term? You know, that I think it is vivid imagery. You know, in writing. You see, where you give somebody a very detailed explanation of what something's going to look like. You know, it says the heavens is going to be rolled together as a scroll. Of course, we know that's through the smoke of this man's the sacrifice is about to be made in Basra. Okay, the smoke of the nuclear missiles hitting. All right, which we're seeing the world build up, the tension build up in the world for. All right, with wars and attacks and little invasions. All right. So, that's actually going to play itself out. But whoever got that Isaiah 13. And we can start at verse 9.
I can get it. This is Isaiah 13 and 9. It says, Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the sinners thereof is going to be destroyed out of it. All right? The disobedient of the nation of Israel, the non-believers, those that heard this song and was not moved to dance or to make anything happen by it. All right, and then these other nations. You got it?
It says, For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light.
Mm-hmm.
The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Mm-hmm.
And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
That's right. All right. This is the punishment of the world. The punishment of the world we're witnessing. All right, for the disobedience. Of these people, man. These people have been hella disobedient. All right. The solution is they need death. The solution is not no more. And you might want to repent. You might want to think about what's coming. You might want to consider, Yahushua sacrifice his servants, the men that have been toiling. Or you might want to consider why things are the way they are. These people aren't. So obviously what's needed, the only solution now is death.
Yeah, because the scripture, if I may, bro, because the scripture says, except, loosely paraphrasing, if you don't have faith, you can't please the Lord.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6.
Hebrews 11, right? The water. If you don't have faith, you can't please the Lord. But in right now, we're in that period where, I'd rather put it like this. It's going to be obvious. There's not going to be a need of faith in that day for the average person. And what I mean by that, you're not going to have faith in something that's, exactly, bro. It's going to be evident in that day what the hell is going on. When you being drafted into the military, these YNs and whatnot, and you being sent out to the front lines, and you going to understand in that day.
Why?
Second Ezra, the 19th chapter, the 9th chapter. I said the 19th chapter. The 9th chapter goes into that on how these must know it by death by pain.
Yep.
You see, so because right now the Lord has the grace period where it's open unto everybody, and the elect are being drawn in through the word.
Yeah.
Right? The Spirit of the Lord, as it says in Isaiah the 34th chapter, which we're going into in the 16th verse, is Spirit, it gathereth them.
Yep.
Right? But in that day, like it's a period of time where that grace period is open, and then the grace period is ultimately over with.
Yeah.
You see?
Can I say that more direct? No more talking, bro.
That's right.
No more talking, bro.
Right.
Now it's time for you to get how I should be outside of work.
That's
right.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 126.
That's right.
All right, you got it.
Matter of fact, let's get Isaiah 41 and start at 1 in the NLT.
Can I hold this quick precept for you real quick?
Yeah, you got it.
This is because going into what you said, this is Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
Yep.
We're talking about the fall of Esau's kingdom. And all these nations, are going to witness while this devil has to be taken down. They're going to rejoice at the end of the day,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Yep.
Right? Even though they're going to come up against Yahweh Shah, in the end, they're going to agree and say, yeah, this devil had to be taken down, because if this devil wasn't taken down, all hell would have been, let loose. All his wicked ass imagination, everything he wanted to do would have been accomplished.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So you got it.
What'd you call for us? Isaiah 41 and 1, right?
Yeah, in NLT.
Kind of. It says, Isaiah 41 and 1, NLT, it says, listen in silence before me, you lands beyond the sea.
Right, and Yahweh. This is Yahweh. You know, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah speaking. All right. It says, "Listen, ye lands before me." All right, and that's like the equivalent of you know, a king going to, you know, a UN council, right, a major meeting where all the nations meet up, right, and then being like, hey, y'all shut the fuck up. Listen to what I'm about to say, man. You know, it's like he's telling imagine the king telling other kings like to shut up, you know, and listen. You know, that's what the Lord is doing right here. He's having these people, these kings, shut up, and he's doing his will. All right. You got it.
The King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 41:1 in the NLT again, it says, "Listen in silence before me."
In silence, you know, you got it.
You lands beyond the sea. Bring your strongest arguments. Come now and speak. The court is ready for your case.
Mm-hmm.
Who has stirred up this king from the east, rightly calling him to the Most High service?
Mm-hmm.
Who gives this man victory over many nations and permits him to trample their kings underfoot? With his sword he reduces armies to dust. With his bow he scatters them like chaff before the wind.
Yep. Keep going. What verse is that?
Verse 2.
Yeah,
Verse 2.
Yep, keep going to verse 4.
Verse 3, it says, he chases them away and goes on safely, though he is walking over unfamiliar ground. Who has done such mighty deeds, summoning each new generation from the beginning of time? It is I, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the first and the last.
Yeah.
I alone am he.
Yeah, the Lord is flexing his muscle, man.
Yeah.
I did this, you know. I'm that nigga, pretty much, you know.
He's showing
He's him.
full
Yeah.
authority. He's showing full authority. Whenever he steps on the planet, everybody's going to know exactly who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be dreadfully afraid because of it.
Yep.
Okay? That's, man, Salakia. I shall be found great among the multitude, you know, and valiant in war.
Yeah.
How about Shemi Al-Shai is literally going in and telling all you niggas, I'm gonna put a case out on all you niggas, got it. You know, but you got it.
Was that verse 4?
That was then verse 4.
Okay. You got that, bro.
This is Zechariah 2:13, and it reads, "Be silent,
Yep.
O all flesh, before the Lord, for he is raised up out of his holy habitation."
Yeah, the Lord is being raised up out of his holy habitation. That's him sitting in Yahweh Shai. Okay, and just like he did in Egypt, all right, the Lord sent those plagues beforehand, and that was still his spirit going through, you know, through Egypt. You see, all right, killing the firstborn. We always reference that, and the spirit of all this is happening. It's close to Passover, you know. So the Lord is about to pass over this place, this second Egypt, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you get Zephaniah 1 and 7? Zephaniah. All right, 1 and 7, and then we'll go to back to the Isaiah 34. You got something?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 15.
Yeah.
It says, "Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of the land of destruction."
Yep.
Going into, because you brought out Egypt. All right, that was whenever he went down to Egypt and started to get busy on the Egyptians. All right, verse 16, it says, "I brought thine unframed commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up, filled all things with death, and it touched the heavens, but it stood upon the earth."
Yeah.
You know?
And that's gonna happen again too. Because of course, you know, that was Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
But this sword is gonna be bathed in heaven as well.
Yep.
You know? So we're gonna see that happen all over again. All right. You got that from Zephaniah 1 and 7. Whoever read it.
I got it. I'm here. You got it?
Oh, you gotta go ahead, bro.
Okay, I was here already. This is Zephaniah 1 and 7, and it reads, "Hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord power. For the day of the Lord is at hand.
Yep.
For the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice. He has bid his guests.
Yeah, the Lord has prepared a sacrifice. Okay, and has bid his guests. But before that, he says to hold thy peace. Pretty much means, hey, shut up, be quiet. And this is the Lord. This is what the Lord is saying to kings. The Lord is saying this to kings, man. And the thing with these kings, man, they have big egos.
Right.
They're very narcissistic. You see, and they get off on it of overpowering somebody. So when someone comes and does that to them, it's defeating.
Right.
But yeah, we can jump back to that Isaiah 34. I think we're in verse 4 now. We can read verse 4 and then go to 5. Somebody can read Deuteronomy 32 and 39 in the NLT.
If I may, quick precept.
You got it.
Sirach 10 and 21, it says, the fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Because I was meditating while you were speaking, bro, and it's like, man, what power, what God had, because we know that, the gods of the nations are not gods after all, but just speaking plainly, what power, what God has the ability to make gods? You know what I'm saying? Because like you think about Yahweh Shai, he's a power in himself.
Yeah.
The elect, when we get that, we have power right now through the Spirit, but we know we have to go through the straight gate. It's a particular way, like following after Yahweh Shai's example that we have to move. But eventually, the fisher's gonna turn hunters as well. So we gonna be made into gods, lowercase g.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't even the Heavenly Father. He ain't getting off his throne in that day. No, it's like you read that. What was that in Second Esdras or Wisdom of Solomon?
Wisdom of Solomon
18.
18.
Yep. And Yahweh Shai, he's gonna be the one that comes down and gets busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
Because that was Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Yahweh.
Yep.
Mhm.
We can't take the presence of Yahweh Shai in these fleshly bodies.
So you was talking about the kings of the earth. Like I'll read it again. Sirach 10 and 21. It says, the fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be humiliating for the kings of the earth in that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going through the correct avenue, which is it starts with the fear of the Lord, establishing the law, statutes, and commandments on the planet Earth. Like if the nations was actually forwarding those things, then hypothetically they'd be in good case.
Yeah.
But they're not, and that's why the Lord is bringing forth that judgment. Is going to bring forth that final that final and grand judgment when it's all said and done.
That's right.
It's sad.
You got it, bro.
This is Isaiah 34 and 4. It reads, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
All right, and of course we know that Idumea is the nation Edom. Okay, Esau, Edom.
Yeah.
And showing you that, of course, some of these prophecies haven't been fulfilled in this chapter yet. All right, hence the sword coming down, being bathed in heaven, and being and falling upon the people, the land of Idumea, or the people of Idumea, Slakia. Now the people of Idumea, so they're going to be here in the end times. All right, Esau, Edom will be in the world in the end times. All right, we know these things. All right, somebody got that Deuteronomy 32.
I got you.
Kind of.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39 in the NLT, and it reads, look now, I myself am he.
Mm-hmm.
There is no other God but me. I am the one who kills and gives life. I am the one who wounds and heals.
Mm-hmm.
No one can be rescued from my powerful hand.
Keep going.
Now I raise my hand in heaven and declare, as surely as I live, when I sharpen my flashing sword and begin to carry out justice, I will take revenge on my enemies and repay those who reject me. I will make.
It said when he raised his hand in heaven, All right, Bobby, sorry, read that again.
Con. Verse 41, and it reads, when I sharpen my flashing sword and begin to carry out justice, I will take revenge on my enemies and repay those who reject me. Or go up one. Go up one?
Yeah, come, Bobby, sorry.
Okay. Verse 40, and it reads, now I raise my hand to heaven and declare as surely as I live, when I sharpen my flashing sword and begin to carry out justice, I will take revenge on my enemies and repay those who reject me.
Right, that sword coming from heaven, and take judgment on his enemies, those that reject, him, which is of course a lot of these Israelites too. That happens to fall on a lot of these Israelites too. They reject Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They reject the prophets, and that's part of the indignation of the Lord too, man. You got to keep going to 42.
Come. Verse 42, and it reads, I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword will devour flesh and blood of the slaughtered and the captives and the heads of the enemy leaders. Rejoice with him, you heavens, and let all the God's angels worship him.
Yeah. It said the people that's going to be hit with this is the captains, the chiefs, the heads of these nations, man. They're gonna take part in that judgment too.
Yep.
And of course it's gonna be from the kingdom falling, and when we take them into chains, because few of them might get away with getting in the bunkers and actually escaping the part of the destruction. But then we're gonna come back and they're gonna see that they're not gonna be able to build up that world, come up out of the the dust and rebuild the world as they thought. It's gonna be New Jerusalem time. All right, New Jerusalem is gonna come down from heaven and take on this new world. All right, and they're just gonna be put into subjection. You gonna say something?
Like the phoenix, that they're trying to rise from the ashes.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I was gonna pull this Luke 19:27 and go with the brother's point that they just read. It says, but those mine enemies who not Salaki, but those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me. So all these other kings, all these other lands, all these other people that chose not to follow Yahweh Bashem Shai, when they knew what was going on with his people, what was going on in the midst of all this holy hell that Edom had been bringing on this earth for the past 400 years, because they had ample amount of time to go, whoa, hold on, and get in the good graces of Yahweh Bashem Shai. They chose not to. So those my enemy who wishes that I should not reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before him. All right, and through the spirit of prayer, Yahweh Bashem Shai, we able to see that day. But you got it.
Well, and then even the double, because of course we know that the people in the land is not, the Israelites, but even still, what they worship, they don't even believe in the Messiah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't even, they don't even call on JC, but they don't even worship that.
Right.
So how much more of an enemy are they to Yahweh Shai? You know what I'm saying? But they in the land claim to be the people, and they don't even believe in the closest thing to Yahweh Shai. They just super far gone,
Kabbalah.
Yeah, they super far gone.
Yeah, I got something for you.
Okay.
It's not just two precepts.
Okay.
It's Obadiah 1:15 and 16. You can break it down. It says, "For the day of Yahweh Bashem Shai is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head."
Yep. That's that sword being put back in they chest. It's gonna fall back upon their own head. I think it's a scripture in Proverbs where it's like thou hast casted a stone up, and behold, it has become back upon your own head. I forget how it goes exactly, but that's what Esau Edom has done. He's just trying anything, but all these plans is gonna fall back upon his head.
Yeah, there's one more NLT. This is verse 16 in NLT. "Just as you swallowed up my people on my holy mountain, so you and the surrounding nations will swallow up the punishment I will pour out on you. Yes, all you nations will drink and stagger and disappear from history.
Yep. Yeah, they gonna drink of this cup, man. That being, of course, of this judgment. But then after that, they got what they got to look forward to after that is, unlimited work. Right, no days off except the Shabbat.
Unlimited overtime.
Hey, always hard.
Always.
Like, damn.
Forced labor.
Continual employment.
My man.
The scriptures say continual employment, man.
That's right.
That means no recession.
Hey, no bucking up either.
Yeah.
Well, please do.
No depression except your life. But yeah, we could go back because we almost upon an hour. But let's go back to the Isaiah 34. And we can just read verse 5 again.
This is Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment." It says, "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea."
Right. So the Lord said He has a great slaughter, all right, sacrifice. All right, these terms are being used and brought up again. Okay, and we know that this is going to be a banquet. All right, the Lord's return is likened unto a wedding. All right, what's a wedding without food? What's a wedding without sacrifice? For the Lord. You see, so we're gonna see these things happen, man. Can we get Ezekiel 39 and we'll start at verse 17?
If I may, I don't have two precepts come to mind: Isaiah the 63rd chapter and Revelation the 19th chapter. Because Basra was if I'm not mistaken, a chief city in Edom, right?
Yep.
So that's pretty much representing the Lord coming back and destroying this place, man. Because Esau is the end of the world. You see, so he's engulfed the planet Earth with his wickedness, and he's the king of the earth. He's the hunk of the earth.
Yeah.
Right. But now the nations are, as prophecy foretold, Daniel the 2nd chapter, so on and so forth. The nations are now kind of rising up against him, and we're starting to see the beginning of those signs, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Basra means sheep's pen. So yeah, well, it's the place where sheep were pretty much put into captivity. So like, of course, and we're the sheep.
Yep.
So that's how you know that this is of course, they had a major city, Basra, but it's a place where majority of the Israelites would be in the last days, symbolically. Okay, which is this place. Right?
And when you go into, like you say, sheep, Israelites, Israel is always represented as the sheep.
Right.
So that's us in captivity among our enemies.
Yeah.
So
it's only these other nations that were likened unto the beast. You got it, bro.
What did you want?
Ezekiel 39 and 17. And we'll read through 25. That'd be pretty much the last thing we got. Unless brothers got other precepts.
This is Ezekiel 39 and 17, and it reads, "And thou, son of man, thus saith the Lord power, speak unto every feathered fowl, and to every beast of the field, assemble yourselves and come, gather yourselves on every side to my sacrifice that I do sacrifice for you, even a great sacrifice upon the mountains of Israel, that ye may eat flesh and drink blood."
Sorry, what was that precept?
Ezekiel 39.
Okay.
And started at 17. And before in this chapter, because it says a sacrifice upon the mountain of Israel, right? But this is a sacrifice upon it's upon the mountain of Israel, not on the Israelites, if you will. It's just a sacrifice for us. But when you read above this chapter, it goes into how Gog is going to be the catalyst to destroy the nations. Okay, and how the Lord is going to use them to judge. All right, and the Lord has promised, and how He's promised a feast. Go ahead. To the birds. To the birds, man. You got it, bro.
This is Ezekiel 39 and 18. It says, "Ye shall eat the flesh of the mighty, and drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams, of lambs, and of goats, of bullocks, all of them fatlings of Bashan. And ye shall eat fat till ye be full, and drink blood till ye be drunken, of my sacrifice which I have sacrificed for you. Thus ye shall be filled at my table with horses and chariots, with mighty men, and with all men of war, saith the Lord power.
Yeah, with all men of war. Alright, so you niggas is being drafted, you know. Hey, you gonna be food for vultures, for you know, ravens. Now I don't know if y'all seen ravens lately, but bro, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't look at the birds when I was little, but bro, ravens are huge, man.
Yeah.
They're big ass. There's some big ass birds, man. Like you can see the difference between like a raven and a crow.
Yeah.
You can tell. Like ravens are like they look like they look real ominous. Like they just look like you know, if it's a rainy day and you see like a group of ravens just like taking a squirrel out the middle of the road, you're like, damn, bro, you know, it's like, damn, what the fuck is going on, man?
And a group of ravens or a group of crows is called a murder. Yeah.
So, but you know, the Lord is preparing. You know, the Lord is preparing a feast for them. And if you know anything about birds or ravens specifically, they have a very, very good memory.
Yep.
They have a great memory, man. They're
smart.
really smart as hell. You know, they can actually recall words and say them. You know, they can you know, and they'll remember people as well. Like it's accounts of like people that have you know, relationships with a bird. Like they might feed it, and it always comes to them, and then it leaves for a period of time. But then it'll come back and it'll like remember them, and then see their child, and their soul beats into the child. Like the ravens are like on a really high level, but a lot of those birds that eat flesh are like that though. You know what I'm saying? They're very, very smart. They know body language. They can, you know, they're just, you know, on point. But the Lord's promised them this.
Even didn't one of the prophets was fed by a raven?
Yeah,
Elijah,
yeah. So you know, the Lord is going to show favor. He's going to promise the earth back. You know, a feast. You know what I'm saying? You got it, bro.
This is Ezekiel 39 and 21, and it reads, "And I will set my glory among the heathens, and all the heathens shall see my judgment that I have executed."
Yeah, can we get? Oh no, Con, you got it.
And my hand that I have laid upon them.
Con. So let's get that. What is that? Revelation 18. You can read 2, and then maybe jump down to like. Let me see. Yeah, you can start at 2, and then jump down to 21 or 20. You got it, bro. If you there.
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. It says, "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird."
Yeah. So you know, the part of the judgment is the Lord keeping some birds over here, you know, to further you know, destroy this land, man. But you can jump to verse 20.
Jump down, Revelation chapter 18 and verse 20. It says, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High has avenged you on her." And you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all."
Yep. You know, this place is gonna be found no more at all, but it's gonna be through violence, you know, that it's gonna not exist anymore. Yeah. All right. You know, this indignation of the Lord, and we starting to see it. You know, you seeing, you know, substitute teachers, give little kids edibles, like you know, just crazy shit and happening in the world, you know, like the whole Epstein shit, you know, people just going missing, and it's only gonna get worse, man. When people like they understand that and they see the you know what's going on in the news and all the shit that these elites do, they just acting normal as hell, you know. It's just like, you know, they don't really care. You can care less, you know. And we've been saying stuff like that, like these niggas nasty for years. And but where's the damn, you know, we didn't forgive y'all, you know. They called, you know, called us the same things that these people actually are. And they won't say, you know, that they're not protesting a damn thing against them.
Yeah.
You know? That shows you the bias that these people have in their heads and what money and status will actually do to their mind. It's corrupted them, you know?
That shows you the hatred toward the Most High too, because when we bring out righteousness, they call it hate to us, and then when they actually see hate, they turn a blind eye to it. You know, like
what's that scripture that says like when a man is if a man is rich and he falleth, and every man they try to help him up.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, I thought it was Sirach.
Or
Sirach
20. Is it
Sirach
13?
13.
13 and 23.
Yeah,
13 and 23.
If a poor man fall, they pretty much kick him down. They say, now stay down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You
fuck you trying to get up for? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what these people will do. They're hypocrites, man, by nature.
mm-hmm.
So
Can I get a precept for you real quick?
well, I'll say this: it's a blessing for us to see them fall, man. This hypocritical nature, this hypocritical nation, you know, these people gotta go.
This is Psalms 79. I'll start at 9. It says, "Help us, O power of our salvation, for the glory of thy name, and deliver us and purge away our sins for thy name's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is their God? Let him be known among the heathens in our sight by revenging of the blood of thy servants which is shed." So going into what you're saying, man, you know, we're waiting for the Lord, you know, to avenge us, man.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, we know that, you know, we can't avenge ourselves,
Right.
but it's going to be glorious what the Lord's going to do, because we're reading it.
Yeah.
All right? And faith lets us know that the Most High words don't return to him void, and it's being played out in plain view. World War III has started.
Yeah.
It has started. You know, it's going to culminate to what we're reading.
Oh,
The
yeah.
destruction of the ruler of this kingdom, Esau, Edom,
Yeah.
and those that followed him, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the kings of the earth.
Just it's like if my head, you know, you started with, you know, the fact that this is a new song. This is a new song. You know, like you went to Revelation chapter 18 verse 20. You know, every song has what, a hook.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's that melodic, you know, chorus that you remember. And ultimately, you know, Revelation 18:20, that's the hook. Rejoice over rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh hath avenged you on her. And that's the hook to our new song. That's the hook to this prophecy. That's why we keep praising Yahweh.
Yep.
That's the melody.
That's the melody song.
You know, that's the melody. That's that random group of notes that you're gonna always remember
Repeat, right?
until you die. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah.
There you go. You got it.
Kind of, you can go back to that Ezekiel.
Go on.
What was there? Ezekiel it was 39 and maybe 18.
Was it 18? No, we're at 21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it reads, "I will set my glory among the heathens, and all the heathens shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their power from that day and forward. And the heathens shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me."
Yeah. So everybody's gonna know, you know, what the Lord did. You know, it's gonna be it's what the scriptures say. You know, it's no more gonna be said that the Lord, you know, took the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but took them out of the land of the north. You know, and of course, He scattered us, but it was through our disobedience that He wasn't dealing with us, but through our us returning unto Him via this word and via this call that He's given us, and that Spirit being come down upon us. All right, we've had a way of return, and Lord willing, we continue to take advantage of that. But everybody's going to eventually know. All right, everybody's going to know the words to these songs. You know, the words to this song. I'm Salaki, the words to this song. All right, they're going to understand, you know, the judgment and how the Lord works. All right, you got it, bro.
From the top. This is Ezekiel 39 and 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name.
Yeah, and that's you know, that pretty much sums up, you know, our lesson. The Lord is going to have mercy upon the nation of Israel. The Lord is going to have compassion upon His elect. Okay, and you know, ultimately judge our enemies and give us salvation, Lord willing, man. And we see it happening. The Lord is answering our prayers right before our eyes. All right, the fall of our enemy is going on. You know, the fall of the people of our nation are these proud people, these fucking women.
Yep.
You know,
Yes.
these high-minded niggas. You know, these 5% of Muslim niggas. You know, they all bugging the fuck out. These other camps bugging the hell out.
Ooh.
All right, genuinely making bug out bags, bugging out, man.
Literally.
You know.
Selling breakdown.
Yeah, you know. So, but
They've been doing that.
But I'm just saying the you know, revelation, like
Yeah.
so you can see prophecy. They selling prophecy.
Yeah, and selling lies too, selling dreams.
You gonna know what's gonna
That's
happen?
one of the ways you know they're not actual followers.
You a
of
tyrant,
the
man.
outside.
Mhm.
You know, one they call upon Christ still.
Yeah.
We've been getting on them. You know, the apostles, elders, been getting on them for years. You know, but that because the outside said, "Freely ye have received, freely give."
Yeah.
See?
You can tell that they pretty much hardened us, man. They don't care about this shit, because if you did, you will want to give it to them for free, especially knowing it's going to lead to salvation ultimately. But ultimately, it just shows that they don't believe and they really don't care. They don't free y'all by your own shot.
Yeah.
No different from a witch, a tarot reader.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they doing. They charging you to,
Right.
for their services.
Psychic.
Yeah, buy the truth. You supposed to buy the truth and sell it not. You know.
Yep. Yeah, they made a merchandise of you know, the Lord's church, man. You know, and that's why the Lord is gonna come and flip them tables. This time it ain't gonna be no table. You gonna be the table.
Yep.
I'm gonna flip you. You know. So
Showing you that they sit at the wrong table. Because right now we're in Psalms 23. You know, where the table's being set before our enemies. You know.
mhm. Yep.
You got it.
So, you know, anybody else have anything? So yeah, you know, Lord willing, that was edifying. All right, we want to go ahead and give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to our Heavenly Father.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakadash.
Okay, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, tell us the truth. Peace and citations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.